because we do have a YouTube channel. So make sure, guys, since if you are to miss a meeting and you
Oh,
can't attend or
Daddy,
something,
if
please
I am to miss one,
please check out our
you'll have a
YouTube channel.
YouTube channel. So I'm still watching.
Also, keep yourselves try to keep yourselves on mute unless otherwise specified, just so like we don't have too much background noise. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, I think we're ready to start. So the first thing, okay, I'm gonna share my screen again. It should go a little more smoothly this time. We figured out the error from last time. Can everyone, hopefully everyone can, Marion, can you see the
I can see
worksite?
it.
Okay, awesome. So we're gonna get started. This is lesson 2. We are gonna be doing, so if you can't see mine, you're gonna go, you wanna scroll over to my icon. It says Nathan Wynn on it, and gonna wanna click the live button by that, and then click the live button by my name, and then you should start watching my stream. Also, if you guys ever have any questions, please go to CS Discussion Group 1 and type your question, okay?
It's black.
Is it in another browser? Like,
Is
it
it not
might
working for
open up
you?
another window.
Is it not working for you guys, Marion?
I can see it. I have a feeling that they're.
Okay, I'm gonna
I
stop
don't know
streaming.
why they can't see it.
I'm gonna stop streaming and then start again. Um, I don't know. This seems to be a recurring problem. Once again, click the live button right by my name and start watching my stream so you guys can keep it up. Okay. So I'm getting comments that people are seeing it. So I'm just gonna continue. Today we'll be doing motion operators and conditionals. All 3 of those. First we'll be doing a warm-up, next we'll be doing operators and conditionals. Hopefully get through all of that today. So for the warm-up, remind yourselves, what do each of these do? I'd say this is relatively self-explanatory, but if you'd like to, you don't have to put in the chat, just remember that for this one, when the flag is clicked, the code begins, this one makes it say hello, and this one glides from X to Y. Additionally, we want you guys to, everyone please log into your Scratch account, because that's going to be pretty big. So yeah, log into your Scratch account, Scratch MIT, so we can start coding, you know what I'm saying? And go ahead and click create so you guys can open up a new window and so we can begin coding. Okay, can you guys, Marion, can you see my screen that it's on Scratch?
I can see it.
Awesome. Hopefully everyone else can. If you can't, please notify us in the chat. Anyway, this is the warm-up. Make sure you guys remind yourselves on what all of these do, and we're gonna continue. So the first activity we have today is, what does this code segment do, okay? It's right here, as you can see, move 10 steps, turn 120 degrees, move 10 steps, turn 120, and move 10 steps. So everyone, I want you to type in the chat what it does, okay?
It'd be nice if you did a direct messaging so that the second CS group. Or wait, actually,
no,
you
we
know
already
what?
did that. Okay, actually, guys,
Okay.
so just, yeah, type in the chat, what does this
Yeah.
segment of code do, okay? For those who still can't see my slide window, you're going to want to click the live button right next to my name, okay? So, and also type in the chat, what does this code segment do, okay? So type your answers in the chat, and then we'll go over it once you guys once a few people type it. It does not spin the cat. If the cat were drawn, if the cat's steps were drawn, what would it form? What would the cat form if it did those steps? That's the question we want you guys to answer. Once the first person gets it, then we'll explain it, okay? Okay, a few people are actually getting it. Congratulations to Aisha Sen. You get fake internet points because you are the first person that got it. So it creates a triangle. So I'm gonna hopefully switch over tabs. And so you guys can see what it actually does. What's actually happening right here. As you can see, each of the angles in an equilateral triangle is 60 degrees, and the cat is moving forward. So once it turns 120 degrees, it will be facing in one direction. Once it turns 120 degrees, it would be going in the next direction. So after you repeat that a bunch of times, you should be able to see that the cat would go in that triangular, okay? So, yeah. Also, good job to John Williams. He also got it. We don't want to not give any of you guys credit for what you've done. Yeah, so it draws a triangle. If you're having, also, yeah, message Marion if you're having screen problems. Yeah. I'm also going to send out a poll under CS polls and see if you guys understand and need any more clarification. Make sure and answer the poll under Nathan Win because that's me. And Katie is sending out Katie has another poll, but that is not the one you want to click on. What? So once again, yeah, it goes in a little triangle position. It turns 120 degrees a bunch of times, and then you're able to create it. Okay, so once that poll reaches around 15 people or so, I'm going to say we should just continue onward. So please like that poll if you understand what's happening. If you don't, please dislike it.
And there are a lot of people in group 1 and there are barely anyone in group 2, so if you guys could try to spread evenly.
Yeah, if you guys can spread a little more evenly, that would be nice. If a few of you guys can move over to group 2. They're doing the exact same thing we are, and they're in pretty much the same place as well, so yeah, that'd be great. Anyway, there are like 4 people or so who don't understand what's happening. I'm going to just show it in Scratch what's happening. Marion, can you see the change in my window?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm essentially recreating what we saw earlier, but just give me a second to make sure I get everything right. So, I'm also going to draw. Marion, how do you draw again?
Go to the bottom left, the blue circle thing. Click it.
This?
Oh,
Nope.
no,
This.
go back down left.
Sorry about
The
this, guys.
box. No. Go back to the go back to the code. Then go to the bottom left.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. So yeah, I'm gonna show you with the pen down. As you can see, the cat. Oh. And I'm also going to just move it like, I'm going to let it wait 1 second between each of these just so you guys can kind of see what's happening. So, okay, it's not moving far enough right now for you to really notice, but here we are. So as you guys can see, the cat would be moving. It moves straight, and then it moves down, and then it turns 120 degrees each time. So it eventually will form a triangle. But I am going to move on. So hopefully you guys understand that now. So these are operators. Operators are like math symbols used to denotate mathematical equations, and they're the same ones you're going to be seeing in math class. You can use them in programming to manipulate numbers. They have everything from plus, minus, multiplication, division, greater than, less than, equal to. They even have a modulus, which we'll teach you guys in later class. So hopefully everyone's on Scratch, so they can see these. Okay? Hopefully you guys are on Scratch so you can see these. The operator buttons, they're going to be underneath operators. So hopefully you guys are logged into, Scratch right now, so you're able to see all of these operator types. Yeah. They're equal to whatever. They function exactly like how they seem. You can type in numbers. So 4 plus 4. If you click on that, it shows up as 8. And it works for all of them. Okay. So we're gonna move on to the first activity with this. Just please, everyone test out the operators by putting them inside a say block like you see here. I'm also going to create a poll to see when you guys have finished this operators activity. So please like that message once you've finished figuring out how to put the operator blocks inside of the say blocks and other blocks. Once again, that's going to be underneath CS polls. Have you finished the operators activity? Once you finish, obviously just like the message. Once we hit around 15 or so people, we will continue with this. Also, if you have not, everyone knows how to log into Scratch, hopefully. If you don't, go to Marion and she'll just tell you how to, you don't have to necessarily log into Scratch. She'll just show you how you can get in. So message her privately if that's an issue for you. Yeah, so once we hit 15 people, they've finished the operators activity. Okay, we've hit that mark. So I'm going to move on, okay? And so what we're going to do next is the first scratchtivity. So get the cat to say each of these following messages. Get the output of 1 plus 1, 5 times 5, 5 times 5 plus 3. And for this last one, 50 times 5 is greater than 50. Make them say the output of that. And also, I want everyone, okay? I want everyone to just do that, but also, okay, actually, no, wait. But first, so once you get to this number 3, I want you guys to figure out how to screenshot, and I'll show you, okay? It's 5 times 5 plus 3, and I'm going to show you guys how to screenshot something and put it in the discussion, okay? Because that's what I want each of you guys to do. I want you to output this into the discussion, okay? So I am going to change a different screen. Actually, yeah, I'm going to change to a different screen, okay? So hopefully it should still be available. Marion, can you see everything still?
No.
You can't. Interesting. Okay,
Oh wait. Yeah, I can't.
you cannot see it? Okay, I'm going to disconnect and then reconnect, okay? And share my screen for you guys.
Wait,
So,
I think what the problem is whenever you use the browser,
yeah, whenever I
Discord
change it,
in the
just,
browser, it doesn't work as well. So you all should download the Discord app.
yeah, that's pretty huge because we'd want to try to limit these
Discord
errors
app
as much as
works
possible.
better.
Okay, so I hope, Marion, can you see my screen now? I'm gonna say you guys probably can. Just click the live button by my name and click streaming to make sure you guys are seeing my stuff. Okay? Marion, can you see my screen? Marion, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, good stuff. So I'm gonna show you
Yeah.
guys how to screenshot something, and I'm just gonna screenshot the cat for now. Um, if you guys look underneath CS announcements, the first message, scroll up on CS announcements, and as you can see, we have some stuff on how to snip errors if you ever have them. So that's what you guys are going to do. If you ever have trouble in the future with any of your code, please screenshot it and then put it in the discussion and we'll be able to answer your questions. So I'm going to go through it for the Mac, okay? I mean, for this Windows computer. So I want to screenshot this cat, okay? So snip. I type in, oh wait, that was quick. So I typed in snip, right? SNIP into there. It should bring up the snipping tool. Marion, can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay, bring up the snipping tool. I click new, and then I just drag over my block of code or whatever I want, okay? So now I have this, and now I have to save as, and I'm gonna save it as whatever I want. I'm just saving it as cat for now. And then I go back onto Discord, okay? And underneath CS discussion group 1, I want to press the plus button. Can you still see everything?
Yes.
And under desktop, I have my image of my snip, and now I can post the cat PNG. So, and then it should, so I want everyone, so I walked through that with the windows, but I want everyone to output this third one, okay? The output 5 times 5 plus 3. I want everyone to make the cat say that and highlight your block of code that says it, okay? Basically what you want to do is, basically what you want to do is this, when, and then say, I'm going to just kind of go through it, and then put the answer, right? And then I want everyone to highlight, I want everyone to snip this code, right? Snip the code for the third question, 5 times 5 plus 3, and then put it in group 1 discussion so I know everyone understands how to snip their code, okay? So once you've completed that, I want you to this poll. Under my poll, have you guys screenshotted the code? Once that hits around 15 or so, we should continue. If you guys are having trouble with snipping, then please notify us in the discussion as well. I did not go over this with Mac, okay? So
If you're using a Mac,
for
you'll
Linux,
use Command button, the Shift key, and 4.
it should be under CS announcements. So if you need if you need another reiteration of what I'm saying, please go to CS announcements, okay? So once again, once you're able to screenshot the code, please put it in group discussion and then go to CS polls and like the poll so we know you guys are able to screenshot your code with errors. So we can help you guys in the future, right? Because that's a huge part of coding, debugging. That probably takes like almost all of that takes a good most of your time. So knowing how to debug and screenshot your code and figure out that kind of stuff is extremely important. Also, if you guys ever have any questions as well, you don't just have to type in the discussion. You guys can unmute yourselves and just ask us. So don't be shy. We're just here to help you guys.
You use the plus button on the command, on the comment thing to add a screenshot, like, to the discussion.
And again, you want to put the output of 5 times 5 plus 3, okay? Make sure you get it to say that. The output of that. So you know like both 5 times 5 plus 3, you know how to use the operators, and you know how to screenshot your code. So I'm just going to leave it here for a hot minute. Yeah, so the output of that code. If you guys, yeah. So make sure and like that poll once you guys have screenshotted the code. And once we hit enough people, once we hit around 15 or so people that have completed that, we're just going to continue, okay? By the way, Anch, that is not correct. You put the parentheses, it's similar to PEMDAS, right? Like parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Hopefully you guys all know that. If you don't, this class might be a little bit advanced for you guys, but regardless, the 5 times 5 is within the parentheses, so make sure and change that. Because currently you have the 5 plus 3 within the parentheses, which is not the same thing.
So how this works is whatever's in the most inside will be performed first, and then the outside will be performed.
Yeah, so essentially, if okay, the first one that looks really clear is Sarvesh, so he was able to do it. Borer did it first, by the way, but like his is more clear, I think. Or maybe someone else did it before. Yeah, other people did it before, but regardless, this is what it should look like. The 5 times the 5 should be in the parentheses, essentially, in the first operator within. Also, once you guys are able to screenshot, please screenshot the code, post it in group discussion 1, and like the post so we know we can move on. Also, make sure you guys screenshot the code. The code is what matters, okay? Once again, just put the output of 5 times 5 plus 3. And then, after that, if you guys haven't yet, please attempt number 4. The output of 5 times 5 is output of 5 times 5 is greater than 15. Just put that within the say button as well. And see, and also tell me what that is. Post in the chat what comes out. What does the cat say? Okay, so yeah, make sure you guys like that poll so we know when to continue. Once you've screenshotted that code, the output of 5 times 5 plus 3, okay? Please screenshot it. Post it in the group 1 discussion and then like the poll. Okay, so if you guys are wondering how to put it in the chat, I think Marion's answering that right now. You just click the plus button and then you go into wherever in the desktop or whenever in the computer you save the file. It should be a PNG. Or, I don't know actually, it depends on your computer. Once again, that is the output of 5 times 5 plus 3. You guys should be doing that. If you guys have any questions about how to do this, then please unmute yourselves and just tell us, okay? Or just like the poll to tell us that you've already done it, okay? By the way, for the number 4, the output of 5 times 5 is greater than or equal to 50. The answer should be false. Aisha-san. Put that down. It should say false. Because 5 times 5 is 25. That is not greater than 50. So that's, yeah.
Wait, what's stuttering?
By the way, guys, please like the message if you screenshotted the code, because we need that to know that. For those that are saying my screen isn't working, I'm going to just change back to my Google Slides. So you might need to, Marion, can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, yeah. So please post the fact that you screenshotted and like that poll, okay? Because I feel like, yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, no, the other group is way ahead of us.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So make sure you guys are able to screenshot the code. Please like the poll as well. Okay? The directions are on CS announcements. Actually, do you just want to move on, Marion?
Yeah.
I'm seeing the polls go up.
If you guys have any problems,
Please,
then after the
yeah,
session, you can just stay and ask
yeah.
questions.
You guys can unmute yourselves, ask all the questions you want, and we'll be there to answer them, okay? So if you're having trouble with screenshotting or anything, we're there for you guys. Okay? We're gonna move on. So this is obviously the output of 1 plus 1 should say 2. 5 times 5, it should say 25. 5 times 5 plus 3, it should say 28. And for 5 times 5 is greater than 50, this is the way it should look like. The 5 times 5 is in its own operator bracket within the greater than or equal to sign, and the cat should say false. Okay, so moving on, we're going to go to conditional statements. So they're basically just true or false statements. As you can see in the if-then statement, if, and then you put something in there that'll determine true or false, and then it'll run code. So if this happens, then it'll run the code. But if it doesn't happen, right, so if something is true, then it runs this code. Else, or otherwise, it'll do the code in the bottom, okay? So this is one example of it for Scratch. So if statement. If the statement evaluates to true, then the blocks will be performed. So let's say if,
Nathan,
yes.
apparently some people can't see the screen.
Okay, I'm going to once again stop streaming, okay? And then start streaming again. So please click the live button next to my name, okay? I'm sorry,
I know
Fred.
why. I know why.
Why?
There's a limit of 50 people, I think. So I think 50 on this stream. No,
Okay,
they're not.
well, yeah,
Yeah,
so do some people just continually see black?
maybe. I don't know. Let us know if you can't see still. So we'll fix that for you.
Yeah, please do so. Anyway, so we're going to go into conditional statements. So if touching edge, so that would be the cat. If the cat is touching the edge, then it'll go to the mouse pointer, okay? So if touching edge evaluates to true, right? If it is touching the edge, then this happens. If it's not, then it just entirely skips the if statement and goes below. Okay? So think about this. If the cat is touching blue, then it'll move 10 steps. Otherwise, it'll turn 180 degrees, it'll turn all the way around, and then move 10 steps in the other direction. So if it's blue, then it does the move 10 steps. If it's not touching blue, then it does the other thing. So this is Scratchtivity 2. Code the cat to move normally in the forward direction forever. And then when the cat touches the edge, make it turn around 180 degrees and move in the opposite direction, okay? If the x position, if the x coordinate, as I explained last class, if that x position of the cat is greater than 50, make the cat say something, okay? If not, then just make the cat move, okay? And you're going to want to put the code inside this forever loop, okay, to make sure that it keeps going onward the entire time. Okay? So Marin's going to send out a poll when you guys finish Scratchtivity 2. Okay? If you guys have any questions with your code, please screenshot the code, okay? Screenshot the block of code you have, and then post it in discussion group 1, and we'll guide you guys along, okay? So Marion's putting that in there right now. Are you a...
Oh, it worked. No, how do you do this, Nathan?
It's plus poll, and then I
I
believe.
don't think it's working right now. I think they're just doing reactions right now.
Yeah. Just react to it. Just react to it, put a like and dislike. Once you guys are once you guys are finished with Scratchtivity 2, please like that message. If you guys have any questions, either you can unmute yourselves and ask, because that's totally cool, or you can just put it in the discussion. You can put it under CS Group 1 discussion. Your questions, make sure you screenshot your code, okay? That's extremely important. Okay? Screenshot your code and then tell us your problem. Also, yeah, once you guys have finished it, please post your code so we can make sure you got it right, okay? And you're not just like doing something random.
Can you guys hear us?
I can hear.
Yeah. Make sure and keep yourselves unmute if you're asking questions. Also, we are telling people if they got the correct code, but try not to look at that, okay? Because that's cheating. And you guys, cheating on tests, don't do that, obviously. But if you cheat in here, you're never gonna learn, like, coding, and that's the entire point. There's not even grades in this class, so, like, Okay, there's no point in cheating. It doesn't benefit you at all. So if you have errors in your code, please screenshot and comment. Tell us what the error is, and then
Fake internet points.
yes. So yeah, please screenshot your code if you have any question, if you're not able to figure something out, or if you are, yeah, please screenshot your code if you're having trouble or you are finished. So, and also, yeah, we'll be checking your answers as they come in. We'll be just pinging you. Also, guys, don't forget about step 3, okay? If x is greater, if the x position of cat is greater than 50, make it say something. It can be anything.
So when you're doing the operators, you don't put the variable, like you don't type in x in the is x greater than 50, because they don't
Oh yeah,
recognize
shoot.
that. They recognize that as a character and
Yeah,
not a variable.
that's my bad. Sorry, Dominic. I did not read your answer well enough. My bad. You're really close, though. So once again, when you complete Scratchtivity 2, steps 1 through 3, please put screenshot your code and screenshot your code and make sure and like the poll so we know you guys are done with it, okay? Because we need to check. Also, yeah, make sure your code is checked. Make sure we message you, okay? Before. I'm gonna just start saying people's names. Ansh, that is correct. Just make sure and do step 3, okay? Borer, that's you're having. Ooh. You're having I'm not sure how many errors you have, but you're having the error that Dominic did. Don't put an X. You have to find the actual X position of the cat. Okay, you can't just put an X because the computer doesn't know what X is, right? It has to. You have to specify it's the X position of the cat. Marion, also you can answer them vocally as well.
Yeah.
Please do that. Um.
Okay.
Okay. Coral. You have everything right except for step 3. If not, you're just putting if 100 is greater than 50, and that's always true, right? The X position of the cat isn't always going to be greater than 50, so try to find the X position of the cat, okay? There's a block for it. It's under motion. Ian, you got it correct. Yeah, you got it correct. Good job, Ian. Make sure and like it once you're done. Sarvesh, you got it. Good job. Whitney, Witty? I don't know.
Woody.
Witty, I'm sorry if I butchered
You
that.
got the first 2 steps, right?
Yeah, make sure and do the 3rd step. Dominic.
He basically got it right.
Yeah. You don't need.
The else. There. You don't
I'm
need
not
to do
sure.
the else.
Yeah, you don't need the
Oh,
else
I
at the
guess I
end.
put if not to make a cat move. I should. I
Oh, yeah.
suppose that's what I put there. So yeah, it's basically correct.
So yeah, keep posting your answers, and we'll keep checking them, okay? Coral, that is good now, okay? Good job. It should work. I think. Yeah. So keep posting your answers, and we'll keep checking them. Alicia, that's close, but it has to turn around completely. 15 degrees is not completely. Also, make sure and screenshot your code if you have a problem, because it's way easier to determine where your mistake is that way. Borer, that is not correct. The way your code has it, the thing will only move. The thing will only move if the thing will only Borer is incorrect because the thing will only move if the X position is less than 50. So
You don't type in X position. You have to find so on the motion
there's a thing that
thing
specifies it.
that specifies the X position of the thing. It should be like a block that's oval, an oval block.
Okay, Borer, if you want, so we want the cat to continue moving forever, right? So we want to make sure that you want to format the code so that it will keep moving forever, okay? You're close. Witty, I believe that is correct.
That's correct.
So good job. Good on you.
Good job.
Um, we should come up. Okay, from now on, we'll be coming up with like for those who have finished early. That's gonna be about it for today. So you guys don't have to stick around any longer if you don't want to. But from now on, we will have like we'll put like a harder activity for those who have finished, because I know like there have been people who have finished for like the fast 5-10 minutes. But if you've already finished the activity, you're free to go. That's pretty much all we have today. But if you haven't, please keep posting your answers to make sure, okay? Anch, that's correct. So good job. You are free to go. So yeah, come back next time. It'll be the next lesson will be, I believe, like next Wednesday, right? So yeah, you guys get an entire week. For those who,
Excuse me.
mm-hmm.
Are we done?
If you have if your code matches what the people that have done it correctly, then yes. But make sure and screenshot your code, okay? Because
And
Yeah.
make sure
put it
you
in the chat.
understand it.
Yeah,
Don't just copy it.
you can copy it if you want, but you're never gonna learn anything. So that's not fun. So yeah, make sure
Yeah.
and
It's gonna be harder to go into the next lesson if you don't understand this.
everything here in this class like builds upon itself. So over time, yes, you'll improve.
Oh.
Or you got it correct.
Tolene, that's close. But you're gonna want to make sure you get the X position of the cat. Okay, you're just doing you have step 1 and 2 right. You do not have step 3 right. You have to constantly check the position, the X position. Additionally, another problem with your code, I think, make sure, okay, actually, okay, from now on, we're gonna show what the final product looks like without the code, just so you guys know, but, your thing will only say potato if it's touching the edge, and so make sure and find the X position and figure out where to put that second for loop. For those people that are still on, please, if you're having trouble, please unmute yourself, okay? We're here to help you guys out. Unmute yourselves, yeah, just like say what your error is, and then yeah, if you're done, you guys can leave, okay? You're free to go. But make sure that yeah, just be back next Wednesday. Another thing we'll be having for those who finish early, like yeah, for those who finish early like you guys, we're going to be putting like a hard activity at the end so you guys can just struggle through that cuz that's fun, I guess. Well, it is fun.
Yes, we want
It's
you
a
to struggle.
challenge. It's a challenge. Okay, yeah, we're here to make you suffer.
Suffer.
If you guys aren't done, if you guys aren't able to finish, then I mean, you guys can stay working if you want, but the class is going to, you don't have to, you're not like required to like keep working on the project, but over time you're just probably going to fall back in the class, and that's probably not going to be fun. So make sure you guys keep up on your stuff. If you have questions and you want to have an answer or something, make sure and put it in the discussion, and we'll be reading those periodically throughout the day. So hopefully we can get back to any questions you have pretty quickly. Also, Tolene, that you're really close. There's a button under motion that has X position. Also, your X position if statement is still in the wrong place. Because the way you have it right now is the only way it'll ever say potato is if it's already touching the edge, okay? So it checks both of those. So you have the if inside the other if. You should put them separately. Because the saying potato is independent of whether it's touching the edge. So the way you have it right now, that if it's touching the edge, then it turns 180 degrees, and then after that, it'll check the X position, and that's not correct. But yeah, if you guys are still having trouble, please unmute yourself, okay? We're just mentors. We're here to help you guys. Okay, you know what I think we should do from now on, Marion?
Yeah.
Okay, I think the best idea would probably be to tell people if they have problems, right? We can just discuss it out loud. But then if they get it correct, we should just probably privately message them. So people
Yeah.
because people might inadvertently look at the answers and then just put it
Yeah.
down. Because I've been seeing a lot of people putting the exact same code down, which is not what we want. And they're probably not doing it on purpose. They probably just are just oh, and they see it and then they're and they don't want to remember it, but they accidentally totally do.
Yeah. It looks like Katie's going on to the next workshop. I don't know what she's doing.
Yeah, she's in
But
workshop
that group
3.
seems to be a bit ahead.
Yeah.
I think they finished the Apple activity too. If anyone needs to talk, just unmute yourselves.
Yeah. If you got any questions.
Okay, so when you said that we put the X position in the wrong place, so
Yes.
where am I supposed to put it, and how do I remember that in the future?
Okay, so hopefully you can see my screen. I'm just gonna go through it with you right now.
Wait one sec.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh man, am I gonna have to delete all of this? Okay. So when clicked, you're gonna go into the forever loop, right? Because you want this to happen forever, and then so obviously forever, you're going to just automatically want to keep moving 10 steps. That's the first thing you want to do. And then you also want to check, right? So there's 2 independent things you need to check, right? They're not mutually exclusive, right? Not if you have one, then because the way you have it right now, the only way you're going to say potato is if the X position is greater than 50 and it's touching the edge. So these are completely independent things. So you want to have 2 separate for loops for that. So you want to check
If loops or if statements.
Yeah.
So
If touching the uh-oh. I did not mean for that to happen. Here we go. So if you're touching the edge, then you want to turn 180 degrees. But then also you want to check, and then after that happens, right? Then you want to check if the X position is greater than 50. So here's that. the X position block is right here. If the X position is that, then say hello.
Hello.
So hopefully this works. So it moves there. So it only, oh. Okay, actually, I'm just gonna like refine this code a little bit. To make it a little more obvious. Just the answer a little more obvious for you. So if the X position is greater than 50, then you want it to say hello. But then if the X position is less than 50, I'm just going to say nothing, okay? 0, okay? So once the X position reaches 50, it starts saying 0. But once it's after that, it starts saying hello. So it's,
Okay.
and make sure. Does that make sense to you? These are two
Yeah.
mutually exclusive things you want to check. So if you understand that, by the way, you're free to go. So hope you had a good class. Hope you learned a lot.
Thank you.
No
Bye.
problem. Bye. Does anyone else have any other questions?